This first encounter takes place on a small, broken path surrounded by lava. To add to the challenge of maneuvering around this space, I introduced the game's purple goo hazard. The goo slows the player down and effectively disables their ability to dodge. They can still use their grapple hook, however, and to take advantage of this, I placed the grapple hook node above the goo. The range of this allows them to use this node to maneuver across the encounter space from almost any position. The enemies I chose for this encounter were all picked for their effectiveness in area denial, amplifying the threat to the player's already limited movement space, encouraging them to move fast to avoid threats and take out the enemies causing them. All encounters in Doom Eternal are scripted to maintain a level of fodder demons to allow the player to gather a small amount of health, armor and ammo with their equipment during a fight, and I have kept that up in all of my encounters so far. The encounter is formed of 3 waves. Since this fight takes place right at the beginning of the level, the first wave is a small group of medium threat enemies. This is intended to warm the player up and get them familiar with the new hazards in the area before introducing the larger threats. The second wave features a Cyber Mancubus, a heavy unit with projectiles that leave a damaging goo on any surface they touch, further disrupting the player's safe, movable space. Supported by Dread Knights, a fast, aggressive unit that jumps at the player, once again leaving damaging AoE zones on the ground as they attack. Given the already limited space and the early nature of this encounter, I decided not to spawn multiple of these Dread Knights at once. Instead, the second one is programmed to spawn only after the first one is significantly damaged, still keeping up the challenge, but just not an overwhelming one. The third wave features just 3 enemies again. The Tyrant, a super heavy demon that has a series of long range, knockback and area of effect attacks, supported by 2 carcasses who can place shields to block both the player and projectiles. Purple goo can be divisive within the Doom community, so it was gratifying when I saw how well it landed within most of the playtests. The majority of playtesters found this area to be on par with the difficulty of the official master levels. However, there was a significant chunk of responses that found the area to be too easy. Upon watching some playthroughs that testers had uploaded, I discovered that proficient players found it really easy to remain in one place and dispatch enemies before they were able to pose a threat, interfering with the intended design. To balance this, I've reduced the time between each wave of enemies spawning and have added an additional enemy per wave to further apply pressure to the player. This is an uninterrupted look at this encounter in full.